Hey guys, it is Saturday night, actually early Sunday morning here in the Philippines, the first weekend of December, December 5th. So it is time for us to do our Christmas kickoff for 2021. And I brought you a variety of green and red cars and some Christmas themed cars. And we diversified it tonight, meaning that we tried to use more than just mini GT stuff. So we've got a variety of things from Greenlight, Autoworld, of course, mini GT, Hot Wheels. Unfortunately, I don't think there are any M2 cars in this video. We may have some coming up later on in December, not sure yet. As I've mentioned before, a lot of my stuff is already packed away because we're going to try to make the move back to the States during the first quarter of 2022. So we're just kind of planning ahead and boxing things up and getting rid of some excess things and stuff like that. So anyways, we still have plenty to look at tonight. And as I said, for you guys that are probably tired of seeing Mini GT all the time, well, I kind of mixed it up a little bit for us tonight. So we've got your typical holiday colors, red and green. As you can see here, we'll pick each one of these up and take a look at them, but to spin around here. And we're doing, and also not really red and green, but it is the holiday themed Cousin Eddie's RV from Christmas Vacation, the cult classic Christmas movie. And then behind that, you can see BJ and the Bear, Thunder Roller from Hot Wheels. So kind of got a diversity of different things here. And we even mixed it up a little bit. Not the typical thing we did last year with the old garage. Because he's kind of over there buried under a lot of stuff being packed up and put away. So he wasn't accessible right now. So we used our newer diorama we've been using. Actually, it's older. We just kind of redid it a little bit. So we have our toy store with Mini GT and the car part store and Ron's car cells, which sometimes acts as Lbwk's headquarters and such, depending on the video. But today it's Ron's. And we have where the first snowfall of the year, I guess, with snow on the building, snow on the ground, a few Christmas trees up, people with Christmas trees on top of their cars and such. So kind of give us that holiday theme and like fresh plowed snow over in the corners and things like that. So kind of give it that snow Christmas theme. So anyways, we'll start with the cars right in the main row, heading in the wrong direction, I should say. As you can see, the arrows pointed in the other way. But anyways, so first car here is our Greenlight Bob's Tree Farm. And this is from the Norman Rockwell series. And this is from Series 1. I was trying to look at the package and make sure I was right about that. I thought I was. But this is the first series they launched back in 2018. I do have the 55 Chevy 4-door wagon to match this at my place in the States, thanks to my buddy Matthew Hicks. Still have not got my hands on that car. It's been sitting at my place in the States since 2019, waiting for my return. So very thankful for that. Another shout out to him for finding that for me and sending it to my place in America. Thank you very much, buddy. So anyways, this is a really cool piece. This is not the tree that came with it. This is another tree that I got from like the decor stuff for holidays because it lays on the vehicle better like during a diorama. But this is the tree that came with it. It has the stick as the tree trunk and it just doesn't lay flat. The other one looks a little better because it looks like it is flattened down to be tied down to the roof of the vehicle, so it looks a little more suiting. This is a very cool casting from Greenlight. Really enjoy their 55 Chevy wagons and sedan deliveries. Very nicely done. That old school Bob's Tree Farm, and we did have the tree farm set up last year, and it had a trailer on the back of this full of trees, which is pretty cool. And it even had a tree in the back of it because the tailgate does open which is pretty cool on these. The hoods do not open, but the tailgates do. So pretty cool casting from Greenlight. Then we have Mini GT's first Christmas car. And ironically, there's another Bentley coming up this year, but it is not their international release Christmas car. It is just a, once again, ironic Chinese special, which really I didn't think they were much into Christmas. But anyways, everybody's going after Christmas nowadays for the commercialized gift sales and things like that. You'd be surprised at how many of my students tell me from other countries that are not Christian-based religion, but they celebrate Christmas because of the commercialized gift sales and such. But anyways, there's the other Bentley, and I forget what type of Bentley it is, but it's a four-door family sedan type of car. This one's badass because this is the Bentley Gt3. And this was the first release of this vehicle. This is how it debuted. And what is really cool, this year's international Christmas release from Mini GT is also a first time appearance for a casting. It is the Land Rover 90 pickup with no cap, no back to it. And it actually comes with cool little figures of Santa and a reindeer. So that is very cool. And I love how they did this paint job on this to make it look like gift wrap with a ribbon on it. Very cool. Gold style wheels and such. And this is like gold metal foil on the car for part of the paint job. So that is pretty cool how they did that. Yeah, the Land Rover 90 will have a little reindeer and Santa. And now my TDE Texas Drive 'em from Hotwheels will have a friend for the Rudolph that goes in the back of this Ford Ranger F100. So pretty cool. Redline Club holiday delivery. And it has Rudolph, and Rudolph does come out, so you can put him in other dioramas and such if you would like. And I think in my cover photo he was like drunk. He fell over in the truck because he does not lock in very securely, so you wobble it a little bit too hard, he will fall over and look intoxicated. But this is a very nice vehicle by Hot Wheels. Was not a big fan of their Christmas release last year, the drag bus. It was okay for drag bus fans. I guess it was excellent. Wasn't a big fan of the Neo wheels and such, but this year's release, the 64 Impala with the adjustable suspension, the lowrider, is really cool. Fortunately, I did not get my hands on one, and they're already going for like over $100. So I'm not sure I will be able to get my hands on one. I didn't even get the Gypsy Rose like tribute car that they did as the first release. Unfortunately, don't think I will get those because the prices are just ridiculously high nowadays. Hot Wheels Redline Club has gotten out of hand with some of their stuff and prices nowadays. And some of their new releases are just plastic tire stuff that looks like mainline plastic tires. This Toyota pickup that they're releasing coming up doesn't look so great. This looks like a mainline Hot Wheel, nothing special. And they want $40 for it. They do have the Batmobile TV 66 TV Batmobile coming up. And it's the same thing as their Neo Classic one a few years back. I think back in 2012 they launched that car in their regular series with the Neo Classic wheels. And they just redid it and just kind of maybe putting it on a different card or something. And I'm sure that one will sell out. The Neo Classic Redline wheels are always a favorite. But these ones that they put on this Toyota truck that's coming up, this looks really bad and they're really way overpriced. But the guy that is promoting it and endorsing it is an actor, I guess like X Games guy. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with him. But I think that's why it's going to be a big seller. Anyways, enough about Hot Wheels Redline Club. So here's my Autoworld First Edition Kingswood Estate Wagon. They relaunched this car in green and in white for the first appearances of it, with the wood grain sides. And this is really cool because the plate, and I think it did have the plate there too, it says Bwk for the Bwk Chevy engine. Pretty cool. I had this in the last year's Dio with the Christmas tree on the roof, so I had to do that. Once again, didn't bring out any pickups to throw one in the bed, though. I guess I could throw one in the bed with Rudolph, but anyways, didn't do that this year. And then the iconic Christmas Vacation movie. This is Cousin Eddie's RV. This one is extra dirty. As I mentioned, I think last year, mine has excessive dirt on it. I would like to get one that's not so dirty like the one in the movie. The one in the movie is pretty dirty, but not this dirty, I don't recall. With the Christmas wreath on the front. I wish they would release one with the Cousin Eddie figure in his robe with the hat with the ear flaps on it. That would be really cool with a hose. That way they could say like the shitter's full, Merry Christmas. That kind of thing. That would be really cool to see something like that from Miho or something. So really cool casting though. Love this thing. Then back here you have BJ and the Bear. And I just figured, well, it was kind of cool. And I was going through stuff, packing it up, debating on whether or not to sell it. So red and white kind of is good enough for Christmas. And then moving along back here. This is the picture that I posted the other day on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. The 67 Dodge Coronet RT from the 50th, I think 50th or 75th anniversary of Mopar Dodge, something like that, series, and that's the color that they all were in, this metallic red that almost looks like ultra red, a little bit lighter, but this is Greenlight, so it wouldn't be ultra red. But there's your Green Machine one, which these look great together with the white top, white interior, just screams Christmas, and they had nothing to do with Christmas. Love the Magnum wheels on it, the Magnum 500s. Tires are perfect, width and everything. So they did a heck of a nice job with this car. Just the overall casting, the wheel and tire looks perfect. Only downside is the grill. They did not add any type of lines in the grill, unfortunately. They did on the tail panel, as you can see, because the tail panels on these were designed to make it look like the car was coming and going all at the same time. If you're looking at it from the front and back, that's always what it reminded me of. So they didn't put the lines on the grill, though. Don't know if that was like a mistake, error from the factory. They just didn't lay them on, because you got the RT badge there. Pretty nice, but no lines for the grill. Kind of odd. But besides that, the car is beautifully done. Then we have an ultra red Christine. So, what would Christmas be without Christine? So, there she is, all eviled out with the black windows, blacked out windows. Ultra red, chrome trim, nice piece. Don't know why the newer releases from Autoworld on the card, not the blister pack. The blister, like clamshell pack, the first release one had an opening hood. The late release, though, with the just card, the regular Christine does not have an opening hood. The burnt edition, and I think the partially restored edition, and even the pre-resto one, post-resto, I think all have opening hoods. But that one doesn't. Some of the even regular releases of like the 58 Plymouth from Autoworld does not have opening hoods, which I was really surprised about that. Don't know why they did that. Well, cut cost, of course, but I wish they wouldn't have done that. So here is your Supernatural, another evil car, or evil chasing car, I should say. This one's not so evil. This would be the car that would be chasing Christine. Beautiful emerald green metallic paint. This is really deep. It looks like you can walk into the paint of this car. Beautifully done. Supernatural 67 Chevy Impala Green Machine. So really nice. Looks beautiful for Christmas. Then one of my favorites from Mini GT. Just love this car's paint job with the gold wheels. This deep, dark, metallic red. Beautifully done. Looks great with these gold style wheels on the Pagani Huayra Roadster. So very, very nice. And not really my favorite casting from Mini GT, but probably my favorite paint job from Mini GT. Love this car. That's the reason I bought it, because of the paint and the gold wheels. The ones with the blacked out wheels I'm not a big fan of. I bought the blue one also with the gold wheels. So those are the only two Huayras that I have. Next is a greenie Challenger, new Challenger, like 2009, 2010, with the American Racing style 5 spokes, which looks killer on this casting, in my opinion. Much better than the regular stock Challenger SRT wheels. This looks very good. So another greenie that's in the regular mix of numbers, one of the newer ones. So this must be post 2016. Same thing with the 67 RT. If you noticed, when we flipped it over, it was like 2000 something. So no longer after 2016. I think the greenies were not individually numbered. Occasionally you may find one if it's like a hobby exclusive or something like that. So next on the lineup of red is this extremely hard to find Mini GT Lbwk Aventador in red. And this one has a unique story behind it because it should have never been released. And actually, I think it was released in the wrong package. The reason I say this is because it was released as the TRU Volcano Yellow release. And this car is red. There's nothing to do with Volcano Yellow. And any TRU Japan release that was, well, released by Mini GT in collaboration with Toys R Us, that wanted to be different than the regular mainline one, had a different number, which was this one did, number 83 on the box, and I think the regular release is number 79, something like that. But anyways, the car should have still been that Volcano Yellow, but it should have had like a carbon hood, carbon roof, or maybe even different colored wheels. But the picture on the box depicts a car that is in Volcano Yellow with chrome trim on the wheels. So I'm sure that it probably has a carbon hood, like most of the ones that are going to be different from the regular release. But I don't think they ever produced that car. But they started producing an Aventador in red, but they never produced the boxes. So the guys in Bangladesh, what they did, to leak these out, they put these red ones in the TRU packages. It's the only logical explanation I can think of, because none of the other TRU vehicles are like this. And if anything, though, the box should tell you the story, because the cars always match the picture on the box. No exceptions. Always doesn't match the car on the box, because on the box it's a pic of the actual diecast. So that's kind of a unique theory that I have with this car. Definitely a real Mini GT, not a knockoff. Definitely was going to be a release, but I don't think they even launched the idea or anything to the public that they were going to make a red one. But they did. Because this definitely looks like Rosso Mars. So, pretty cool. That's my theory. Don't know what you guys think. But if you really do think about their other TRU releases, none of them are different colors than the actual car. Unless it would be depicted on the box. The car on the box is yellow. So this is supposedly going to be a different lease, but it's very unique, very cool car to have in your collection, but very hard to find nowadays. The one that's super hard to find is the matte gray. Fortunately, I was able to get my hands on all of them: the matte gray, the Volcano Yellow, and this supposed Toys R Us release Volcano Yellow, which is red. But anyways, moving along, here is another Lbwk. Oh, almost dropped him. That would not have been good. That would have made my night very bad. So anyways, another beautifully done green car. Almost looks like Green Machine green. If we put it next to this one, it's a little bit lighter, but sometimes the shades on Green Machines vary. But anyways, this is a Mini GT, not a Greenlight. So it looks very good on this Lbwk Huracan. Then moving over here, we have a green Johnny Lightning Dodge Demon. Pretty cool. This was a model kit from Johnny Lightning that I put together, but you could also get it in a blister pack form. So pretty cool car. Opening hood with your 344 barrel in there. And this is based on your 71 with the split grille. Then next red, we have a 63 Belvedere. Beautifully done car from Hot Wheels. Love this casting. Have the Pro Stock version of this, or Super Stock version, I should say. This is from the Garage series. This is when this casting debuted. Very cool car. Love this one because it does look like one of those old Max wedges. Red on red. Beautiful car. Just very nostalgic when it comes to the old Mopar Super Stocks that basically ruled the track back in the early 60s. Hot Wheels did a good job executing this car. So, the next green one is another Hot Wheels, and this is the recent Exotic MV Huracan. And as I said, this is a very nice casting from Hot Wheels. Even though the lights are not acrylic, their tampos do a very good job portraying what the lights should look like. The emblems, everything, tail lights. I mean, it's very, very nice, and the scaling is pretty much spot on, because we know the Mini GTs are pretty accurate, so scaling for this one's pretty nicely done by Hot Wheels. Almost, I would say, 100% accurate. The only thing it doesn't have are the side mirrors. That's the only thing that kills this Hot Wheels casting. Besides that, I would say it's pretty much, I mean, spot on for the Huracan. Maybe the wheel openings are a little bit big, something like that. But besides, like, stuff of this nature, the scaling and all of that is pretty much perfect. Beautiful green Huracan. Next red is the Carbon Edition Audi RS6 Avant. Nice little wagon. This is like what I would imagine like Santa's sleigh if he was in Europe and had to have a car. This is what I would picture Santa driving. So that's why. Another one that I would have had for this video. Or had to have, shouldn't say. Would have had. But anyways, next one is a Green Machine R34. And I'm going to show you both of them that we have. We have both Greeny R34s, and this is actually the first two R34 Green Machines ever from Greenlight. These are both from Tokyo Torque 1. This one would have been blue, and this one would have been gold. Hence the gold wheels. This was your regular R34 B&R 34. This is your Nismo B&R R34. So as you can see, the hoods are different and such. But wheels are a little different. But really cool cars. Nicely done by Greenlight. Side mirrors are a little small, but hey, at least it has side mirrors and such. Don't know why the JDM stuff by Greenlight did not trend too well. Even the greenies don't go for that much for some reason. But hey, I'm happy to have them. But if somebody else wants them and they're in the Philippines, they are for sale. So hit me up. Same thing goes with the Supernatural Impala. That's another one I'm not really holding on to. And BJ and the Bear, debatable. I did put it up for sale, but I may end up keeping it because I do like that truck, and it's getting more and more hard to find, and it's getting more and more expensive and harder to find, I should state. So next is a red BMW M4 Lbwk from Mini GT with the copper lipped wheels. Love this casting. This is probably my favorite Euro car from Mini GT that is like a sedan or sports coupe. Not really sports car, but sports coupe. This thing just reminds me of a muscle car. I know I say that every time I hold one of these in my hand, but it does. It reminds me of a modern like Holden, Monaro, GTO platform. So really dig these M4s. Especially with the Lbwk kit. Just adds that more kick-ass look to it. So next green one and last green one is another one that I am selling here. If you are in the Philippines and you are looking for this car, this is the Black Bandit 1978 Mustang 2 Cobra. And very hard to find car. Really cool little car too. And love it that it's Black Bandit, but it is all green. But hence the black bumpers. That's and the black wheels. And this one is individually numbered well, these green machines, I should say, are numbered separately from the regular production. So that's why it is number 105. I think there's probably 150 or 200 of these made. Not sure what the regular production numbers were on those. Because even at that time, they stopped telling us the production numbers on their regular run Greenlight cars. Used to be, especially the green machine or Greenlight black bandits would always state the production number, and you knew that 2% of that would be the run of the greenies. So last but not least is a red R35l Bwk from Mini GT. I had to throw one of these in there. As you guys know, that's my favorite casting from Mini GT, and this one's perfect as with the red anodized wheels, the red paint, and it is kind of almost like a wine red, maybe even like a goldish metal flake in it. Kind of cool looking, so very Christmassy looking, I would say. So that is it, guys. This is it for our Christmas 2021 kickoff video with all red and green cars. Next week we are going to be unboxing, yes, once again, Mini GT stuff, and it is going to be 3 of their latest castings. The new Lamborghini Huracan that's in black with the gold wheels. The new Porsche Carrera 911 in red with silver wheels. And the new Corvette C8R number 4, the charcoal gray with yellow graphics. So we'll be unboxing those 3 early next week. Be sure to tune back in for that. I left an icon here on the left for last year's Christmas red and green video, so you may want to check that out. You may even see some repeats that we did today. Then I also left an icon here on the right for you to subscribe. If you have not done so yet, please do that. Support our channel. Give me a thumbs up and share the video, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you at the beginning of next week. Thanks for watching.